Peace, peace, peace. Soul Tribe, yours truly, Ivory. IvorysSoulsJourney. What's going on, Soul Tribe? The tribe. Friday Night Live. Weekend. Energy check. Whatever comes out. It don't matter what your zodiac is. For this to resonate or make any sense. So, we'll give y'all a couple minutes to come in here. See who's available on this evening, this night. Let's see what's going on. Let's see what's going on. Whatever come out. Whatever comes out. If somebody can, let me know if you can hear me in the chat. I appreciate it. What's up, Deborah? Bro, good evening. Deborah, can you hear me? Thank you, thank you, thank you. We'll give them a couple of more minutes to come in here. Hillary, what's going on? Good evening to you. And thanks for letting me know y'all can hear me. Latrice, what's going on, Latrice? What up, sis? Shirley Blackwell. What's up, Shirley? Doing all right. I'll be back on the Facebook this weekend. Haven't been there they've been having me in prison for 2 years. All right, y'all, don't forget to hit that like button as you're entering the chat. And at some point during the duration of this video, if you're here for longer than 60 seconds, I may have caught your attention. And if I do, just go ahead and subscribe to the channel. That's over 1,000 videos we have here. I'm sure something might come out in one of them. Just kind of scroll down a little bit till you find something that interests you from a title standpoint, right? All right. Now this video, this live stream is strictly for information. Let me put emphasis on that. Information. Clarification. And confirmation only. If you don't know what that means, look it up. Take what sounds good to you, resonate with you, tickles your pink. Hopefully it don't trigger you, but just take what fits your situation and just relax and let go of what doesn't, and then sit back and enjoy the live stream. You might be like, damn, people dealing with that shit. I'm glad that ain't me no more. So you might just say that. Yeah, might be better than Netflix. That's good, you're okay. What's that, Tyne and Easy? What's up? If you haven't subscribed, subscribe to the channel. Right out of the gate. All right. There's a difference between being paranoid and being conscious. Thank you for your support too. Again, there's a difference between being paranoid and conscious. Now, whatever your personal definition or whatever you feel like is your definition and your reason, because I know a lot of times we'll say things like, well, everybody don't think the same. True, true, true. You're absolutely true. Everybody don't think the same. So whatever it means to you. What's the difference between being paranoid and being conscious? Okay. If I'm paranoid, I'm in my head a lot. I'm overthinking. I'm putting too much thought to it. You know how sometimes y'all seen some of the movies and you probably know some people. You know how sometimes, not trying to disrespect a group of people, but you know how sometimes when, say, we used to call them crackheads. I don't know what y'all call them now, but we used to call them crackheads. and they would be looking out the window every 5 or 10 seconds. They go to the window, pull the curtain back. 5, 10 seconds again. They go to the window and pull the curtain back. Or if they ain't got no more drippings to put into their little container pipe, they be doing like this here. Wherever they been smoking at, if they were smoking on this a table, now they doing this. That's part of being paranoid because they think it's some crumbs down there. Too much thought in their head. They paranoid. Some people paranoid, they have tendencies to think that somebody is after them. Think somebody watching them. Think somebody saying something about them. Think somebody want to do something to them. All this is paranoid energy. If you're sitting up wondering what somebody is doing, you're painting these pictures in your head. That's paranoid energy. If you're mentally ill, you're hearing voices. Having worked and dealt with so many people in that industry, you just learn how to pay attention to certain behaviors. But now what about consciousness or just being conscious? How is being conscious different from being paranoid? If I was to just, in my own words, being conscious simply means, in short, being aware. You can be aware of something and don't be paranoid. Creator inspired. What's up? Just trying to acknowledge the ones coming in here. Thank y'all for hitting that like button. Being conscious simply means being aware of something. Anything. You're not in your head a lot. Let's say, man, where did I put my keys? All right. The first thing that most people do if they're looking for their keys, where was the last place I was with my keys? Or where is the last place that I remember putting my keys? And then once you find out in your head where you last put them, you'll go check there first. That's just being in a state of consciousness. You aware that you put, here's the thing. Paranoid, you thinking that somebody did something to you, said something about you. Paranoid, you really don't know where you put the damn keys. But conscious, you know where you put them, meaning that you in other words, when you get in your head from a conscious standpoint, and that energy, it's like the state of mind says, I know they in this house. I know they're in this car. I know I left them at my sister's house. I mean, I know they inside my sister's house. Why? Because you drove to your sister's house, you turned the key back, you put it somewhere, and you went to your sister's house. So when you come back to your car and you look in the normal place where you put your key and you don't see them, you know that they're either in that purse, if you're a woman, or your pocket, wherever you keep them, or you know they're in the house. Why? Because, or the car. That's consciousness. If you are out here wondering what somebody else is doing, where they at, who they with, where they been, when am I going to see them again? You just slowly drifting down that slope of paranoia. That's one of the main reasons why I don't just do videos like how do they think, how do they feel about you? If you ain't around somebody and you consciously aware that they're somewhere else but not with you, soon the brain should kick in. Well, if they're not with me, why should I be concerned about where they are? Because if you worried or concerned or in your head a lot about somebody, another grown human being with the power of free will, and you wondering what somebody's doing with their free will, before you know it, you'll be in a state or energy of paranoia. Now you're subject to attacks. If I haven't heard from somebody, let's say I'm with somebody, we're together, even if we don't live in the same damn house. We see each other every day, every other day, whatever your time frame is, your schedule, whatever your schedule permits. You talk to each other every day, sometimes 2-3 times a day. If you're not living in the same house, but that's your boo, right? But then all of a sudden, you don't hear from 24 hours. Not that you're paranoid, you're just conscious. And you may call, no answer. You text, no response. You email, you inbox, Facebook, Instagram. If you call back to 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 back and just keep calling, you're going to drift on down that slope of Paranoia. Sometimes if it's not mental or spiritual attacks, you put yourself in a state of vulnerability, because if it's not a mental or a mental or spiritual attack, it might just turn out to be the attack is when you find out, or when you do hear from them, they either with somebody else, or they tell you they no longer interested, right? I'm going somewhere with this. Let me give you a little heads up. If you know, other than disagreements, you might argue every now and then. That's two human beings. Everybody's different. Even if you're a couple, no two are the same. I'm not talking about if you had a disagreement, falling out. If that is your boo, your person, that should be an easy resolution. Right? What's up, Shamika? That should be an easy fix. But now 24 hours has gone. No contact, no response, no replies. 48 hours. No contact, no response, no reply. 72 hours. No contact, no response, no reply. At that point in time, to keep you from drifting down that slippery slope, Paranoia. Don't call, don't text, don't email, don't inbox. Don't call, don't text, don't email, don't inbox. Because you're in a paranoia frequency. And you are on the road to becoming the chaser. You're on your way to becoming the damn chaser. Boy, are you getting ready to learn a lesson. You the chaser now. You don't ever want to chase. Give me 1 second. You don't ever want to chase. All right. Never ever chase. Because you're getting ready to go on a ride of your life. In 72 hours after you first meet a person, you're going to get 1 to 3 red flags, signs. That's why your intuition is so important. Within 72 hours, meeting someone new, dealing with a particular family member that you didn't grow up in the same house with, or dealing with a so-called new friend. 72 hours, 3 days. You'll get the first red flag. Not that you're looking, it's just that your intuition keeps your conscious state of mind. What is conscious? Being aware. Your intuition will make you aware consciously that there's a question mark, at least. Not at worst, at least. It's a question mark. You're talking on the phone with somebody. Just met them. You exchange numbers. There's this here energetic initial power struggle to whereas some are in this mindset, well, I'm going to see if they going to call me first. Now, what if they thinking the same damn thing you thinking? I'm going to wait and see if they going to call me first. Now you got an ego standoff right out of the gate. That's a red flag on both sides. It doesn't matter who called first. But if both of you are in that same energy, you're creating a blockage, a wall of paranoia. I wonder if he gonna call me. I wonder if she gonna call me. I'm gonna wait. And then 72 hours go by, 3 days. You ain't heard from them. That's a flag. The fuck I look like giving you my number or taking your number? Anybody out here still carrying around the black book? I'm not keeping no damn numbers and writing down numbers. At some point in my phone, I delete monthly. Purge and cleanse monthly. I ain't had to purge in a while because why? I ain't got time for all that shit. Three days. In 3 weeks, if nothing, and what I mean nothing surfaced, in 3 weeks, we done dealt with 3 days. In 3 weeks, let me tell you where you should be. In this here, on this journey we call the human experience, people cross paths with us every day. Now, for those who cross paths and we make some form of connection, you got 3 weeks to know what is the reason. Why did I cross paths and connect with this person? What's the reason? Is it for a season or a lifetime? That's where you have to make the decision to determine if this is a short-term, seasonal, soulmate, soul tie, soul connection. Is it short-term or is it lifetime? 3 weeks. Just in that frequency alone, you will never, ever have to worry about people wasting your time. Now, let's say after a week, somebody calls you. Y'all exchanged numbers a week ago. And they call you. You didn't call them. They didn't call you. A week week later, you get a phone call. If that person says, hey, how you doing? Just thinking about you. Haven't heard from you since we met. Flag. That's projection flag. The fuck you mean you haven't heard from me? Something wrong with your phone? You didn't pay your bill? You dropped it in water? The fuck you mean you haven't heard from me in a week? You have to pay attention to these things. On the other side of paranoia, you don't want to get so paranoid to whereas the other side of that paranoia is called schizophrenic. Now you're getting ready to have some major issues. Because not only somebody is paranoid, it's like that song, I always feel like somebody's watching me. Schizo. Like I said, listen, that's 3 weeks. In 3 months, psychology. You ain't got to believe me. I read Nrgy. Damn the psychology. They can give it whatever title they want. After 3 months, no human being can pretend who they are. You'll know who they are within 3 months. If it gets past the 3-day rule, I got a 3-minute rule. I have a 3-hour rule. I have a 3-day rule, 3 weeks, 3 months. If you gone wishy-washy in the first 3 months, you're going to have a wishy-washy ass situationship. I remember talking to somebody years ago and they inboxed me. We get to conversating. We exchanged phone numbers. And then we met years ago. Over the phone. Initially, with my little rule, I shared with the person. I don't think that we'll be able to build anything together. I'm a builder. In layman's term, I just don't think it's, it's that connection, it's that type of connection. Why you think that? Why I'm reading Nrgy. I don't know what the hell you reading. That's not what I said, but that's in essence. All right. You meet in 24 hours. Now on the phone, oh my goodness, y'all done had these types of conversations. On the phone, you just ooh-wee, 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 ooh-wee. And then when you first meet the person, in 24 hours after me meeting this person, in person, they ended up sloppy drunk. Cursing everybody out. Cursing out the mother on the phone. Cursing out the daughter. Drunk. I said, now you see what I was talking about. The moral of the story, tribe, is this here. In High Priestess Nrgy, there's no secrets. None. When you first meet a person, that's sent by the universe. One of the first things that you both are going to have in common is the energy to at least trust each other. Day one. Ask anybody that's been lifelong partners. Hard to find, but ask anybody that's lifelong partners. What was it early on that you two knew that this was going to be something long lasting? And they said, both of them will probably tell you, trust, respect. First is respect, then is trust. If there's disrespect, there will be no trust. It will always be an issue. You don't get to trust before respect. Respect and trust, day one. Right? If you ignore those flags or you accept knowing the red flags that exist, then now, excuse my French, either you're going to turn into this energy or you're going to embody this energy of Captain Save a Whore, W-H-O-R-E. That can be a man or a woman. You're going to embody that energy of Captain Save a Whore, or there's a lesson there for you to learn. There's going to be a lesson there for you to learn. Opposites attract to learn lessons, to teach lessons. Don't be a lion out here looking for tigers to mate with. That's opposite. That's a huge lesson for that lion and that tiger. That's why I never like mutts, as we call them mutts, dogs. He mixed with this. Goddamn, that's a mutt. Motherfucker mixed with everything. Opposites attract to learn and teach lessons. You work, you go to work, you come home, you take care of your responsibilities. You got goals, you got plans, you got dreams, you got aspirations. You don't club, you're not street meat, you're not dating multiple people, sleeping with multiple people, right? And you cross paths with somebody. They drink, they club, they love the street, can't hold down a job, right? Do I need to go on? Y'all get the picture. But then you still want to be with that person. Hoping, wishing. Oh, well, they probably, had a job. They probably find a job, or they can do this here, or they just hanging out with their friends, they little homies, or they little girl clique. Oh, they just like to go to the club. You are setting yourself up for a lesson. Because if you don't club and they at the club on Friday, Saturday, Sunday night, now you thinking. You don't drink, they come home drunk. Now you thinking. Your ass at work, they at home, they ain't physically able to work. Now you thinking. You're going to slip down that slippery slope of learning a karmic lesson. This is the energy that's out here. This is the energy that's out here. More than anything else, we're all here to learn lessons But some of us, the masses, the majority, we repeat the same cycles, meaning that we're in this frequency that we are attracting the same energy. Okay, if I'm a man and I ain't got shit, let's say I'm a man and I ain't got shit, but I'm looking for a woman that got every damn thing. That's opposites. That's what I'm interested in. That's my attraction. Vice versa. But if you tune into that frequency of somebody that's a hard worker or own a business, self-employed, it doesn't matter. They got a steady flow of income, meaning that they're not codependent. One of the greatest lessons you'll ever learn in this human experience when it comes to relationship in the beginning, as you go through that phase of 3 hours, 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 months, one of the things that you always must maintain is your independence. Don't let people move in with you months after you've met them. Because if you've been holding it down by your damn self for years and you meet somebody, okay, in the beginning, I'm over to my brother's house. After 3 months, without me telling or without anybody telling me, you ain't just gonna be at my house. I'm a man like this. You're not gonna be at my house every goddamn day. And then when it's time, come on, let's go over to your place. Well, you know I stay with my brother. You know I stay with my sister. Or I stay with my mama, my auntie. Or my baby mama. They don't want you to know they stay with the baby mama or the baby daddy. Maintain your state of independence. Maintain your state of independence. There you go. 369. Maintain your state of independence. Because there's a lot of trapped energies. Trapped energies meaning that people are looking for people that have more than what they have. Oh, girl, he got a nice house. He got a nice car. He got a good damn job. He looked decent. Opportunist. Be careful when man or woman, when people say things like, so what are you looking for in a man or in a woman? What are some of your dues? Well, number one, they got to have their own place. I'm not saying this is me. This is just general. Have a job and have their own ride. But now, if that person don't have their own place, ain't working, and don't have a car, but that's what they looking for, somebody with their own place, good job, and a vehicle. Red flag, question mark. Why are you looking for what you don't have? Why are you looking for something that you can't bring to the table? Okay, let's say I got a house and a job, but I ain't got no car. You meet somebody, they don't have a job, but they got a car. And they living with a family member. All right, you can go down that route. look for the red flags. Number one, maintain your level of independence for the first 3 to 6 months. Don't go to moving in real quick. Somebody done got hit the lottery, or they got a paycheck. Not a paycheck, but they got income tax check. After that income tax check is over with, and that's all they brought to the table. Now your ass getting up going to work every morning, and they not. They looking for a job, or they can't keep a job. I know it's hard out here, the temp service, but goddamn, McDonald's and Wendy's across the street from each other. You can go work for both of them these days. It just people is so codependent and lazy. That is a sign not of a narcissist, but narcissistic tendencies. Me, 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 me. And if you go down that road, knowing that they ain't got to bring to the table half of what you bring into the table, it ain't got to be the same. Half of what you gonna bring to the table, then it must be a physical attraction. In that book we call the Bible, it says, all, not some, all that's in the world is the lust of the eyes, the lust of the flesh, and the pride of life. That's what's in the world. Lust of the eyes. You don't know the person. You just see them. That's lust of the eyes. Lust of the flesh. It's passion. It's physical. And the pride of life, ego. Everybody looking for a come up. One of the main reasons, again, that I don't do a lot every now and then, but one of the main reasons I don't do a lot of videos pertaining to people from the past. You can't heal and live your life looking through the rearview mirror, thinking, paranoid about what somebody else is doing. Turn on that energy, tune into that frequency of an alchemist. Always know how to create and manifest. We are all given this powerful energy called free will. And the number one, quote unquote, sin, or what the universe would judge us for, is the abuse of power. Free will. When we abuse free will, when you do something knowing that is not right, that's abuse of power. If I do something knowing that this is not the right thing to do, that's abuse of power and ego. Because why? I have either a hidden agenda or the wrong intentions. When I used to deal with sisters, women, at my abuse shelter for women and children, and we used to sit down and have these sessions. Like in AA, you get in a circle, and then I would have different groups. I had a 42-room shelter, nice sized building, kitchen, whole 9 yards, lounging area, the whole 9 yards. But it was in these sessions that I learned to listen. That's how you learn tendencies. That's how you learn to read energy. And we would get on the subjects, and at that point in time in my life, I was married. So my wife and I, we would take turns doing the initial intake. True story. And when we would have these little circle sessions, we call them open discussion, and you hear from each other, you will be surprised of how many of those sisters had a stable life. They had their own place. They was working. They had their own ride. And some had kids. And they gave it all up because they ignored the red flags and tried to be Captain Save-A-Whore. All because of the first thing, those 3 things that I just mentioned, all that's in the world is the lust of the eyes. They see something they like. Lust of the flesh. It went from seeing something to lust of the flesh, sex. And then they realize in conversations in these sessions that these people, they should have never been with. They just ignored the red flags. Because most people that are abusive, they have this energy of intent. That's a free will. That's a choice. So if you choose to ignore the red flags and become Captain Save-A-Whore, then you've gone beyond lust of the eyes to just simply lust of the flesh. Now that other energy's ego and your energy of ego, how are you having ego? Because you thought that you was going to be Captain Save-A-Whore, or you thought that you were going to be able to control the lust of the flesh portion. The past is the past. Don't hold no grudges. Just look at free will. The past is the past. Don't be mad because somebody chose somebody else over you. Kudos. They just saved you what? A lot of damn problems. Now you know that if you don't pay attention to, you cross paths in the beginning with somebody, and then there's a connection. Is this connection? You got to ask yourself, okay, why did we cross paths? That is the reason. After that reason, is it for a season? You got to come to this conclusion, folks. Is it for a season or a lifetime? You should by now know that the universe, if you still in that cycle, repeat cycle, then you should know by now that the universe, by way of your free will, has allowed you to be in this cycle. So the universe ain't going to do nothing. At some point in time, when it becomes abuse of power, That's when the universe steps in, or God, or spirit, the abuse of power. Until then, the universe gonna let, and when you get out of that situation, if you ain't learned your lesson, the universe is gonna allow you, because the universe can't predict human free will choices. So the universe allow you, because the universe knows what, spirit knows what, God knows what. Okay, they ain't learned their lesson. So you maintain in that frequency, attracting the same type of energies, different bodies. You're in that cycle. At some point in time, it's going to dawn on you intuitively, by way of talking to spirit, talking to your soul, and the soul and spirit is on the same page. So let's say Hermit in the universe says, wait a minute, it's something that you're doing that's allowing this frequency to keep you in this cycle. It's something that you're doing. It's something that you're accepting. That's Hermit. Once you get that clarity, once you go within on a quest for personal truth and enlightenment, spiritual illumination, that's Hermit. Now, when you say, some like to say you come out of Hermit mode, now you're looking at this situation and be like, okay, 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 months. The first one is 3 minutes. I'm serious. 3 minutes, 3 hours. One day. Read that energy. Don't be paranoid looking for red flags, because we gonna all find red flags in each other. Should you find some red flags about me that you might not like now? To you, that's a red flag. If somebody tell me, well, you smoke cannabis, that's a deal breaker for me. Kudos. But they'll go out and drink. I don't drink. They like to party, club. I don't. So they're my red flags. Now, if you want to throw tits for tats, people from the past, is either a lesson or a lifetime. Is there space in between sometimes? Yes. You disconnect from each other? Yes. If the universe brought you and this person together, or y'all got a signed spiritual contract from a past life, that contract has to be completed. Or if I or that person violates that contract, the universe steps in, quote unquote, by way of wheel of fortune, death. I say wheel of fortune because that's it. That cycle is broken. Death, judgment, world, tower, justice, strength. Learn them lessons. We're in this energy, folks, that the universe has already shifted. But a lot of us don't want to go to the next dimension, to higher levels, to spiritual evolution. Some of us like this 3D. Lust of the eyes, lust of the flesh, the pride of life. That's it. And it's based on free will. The two most powerful energies that we all have, our superpowers, that the universe embeds in our DNA, our soul DNA, is love, free will. Those are your two superpowers. The most positive energy on the planet is love, Love, with over 1 million different reasonable definitions. Everybody look at love being different, but it's the most positive energy on the planet. If I abuse that most positive energy on the planet with my free will, that's abuse of power. That's abuse of power. And that's not what I do. Because I learned my lesson. And when you learn your lessons, you just have this tendency to where your intuition is so heightened. It's heightened. People want to say stuff. They want to say something. What's this energy like this weekend? Take time out for yourself. Rest. Recover. Meditate. Pray. What's the energy like for this weekend? I can't make it up. Just like I was saying about Herman. Take time out for yourself. Rest. Retreat. Do some inner soul searching. Find out more about you this weekend. Find out more about you. What else, Spirit, this weekend? Because this is really what the universe wants initially for you. This is an action energy. And like I said, find out more about yourself so that you would know how, from an intuitive, conscious standpoint, you'll know how to entertain people approaching you with interest, or you'll know how to deal with offers when it comes to the most positive energy on the planet, Love. But you got to know more about you than the other person. When people say, well, we got to be friends before lovers, that's a myth. We got to get to know each other. That's a myth. You will never know somebody unless you are with this person daily. Initially, you're trying to find out the reason why we chose to connect. And if the lust of the eyes and the lust of the flesh and the pride of life kicks in before you get to know this person, that's a red flag. All of your experiences, the Queen of Swords is clarified with that hermit you saw. All of your experiences, you should be able to, by some point in time, be self-sufficient. The Queen of Swords is self-sufficient, totally honest with self. You done dealt with enough bullshit that by now, if you've been in that Queen of Swords energy and that hermit, and you know how to take time out for yourself, when that Knight of Cups show up, right? You'll know how to read that Knight of Cups, and you'll know how to determine logically, because self-sufficient, whether or not you're going to entertain or how to approach this Knight of Cups or this offer, whatever it is, whoever it is. Weekend, research, pay attention. If you don't, you can find yourself being curious, gossiping. But the Page of Swords can also be about the truth. Research. Don't just believe based on passion, lust of the eyes, lust of the flesh, and the pride of life, at anything. It don't have to be sex. Lust of the flesh could be just wanting shit, pleasing the flesh. Research. Page of Swords, Four of Swords. Take time out for yourself. Research you. Know more about you. Know more about you this weekend. Yeah, it's always, remember I said in the beginning of the video, I always feel like somebody watching me. That's paranoia. If somebody, say this is a laptop, if somebody is watching you, let them watch. That's paranoia energy. That's paranoia energy. Let them watch. Let them stalk. Let them spy. Just make sure you got truth and clarity, the light bulbs. Blue. Mental. Clarity. Just make sure you know. And in most cases, even though it's a page energy, the Page of Swords, no. So just be careful. Research. See how this person is walking across the cliff. See how they're walking across the cliff on that little tight road or whatever. You got to be careful. We can say a whole lot, man. It's probably, it depends on the reader. There's a whole lot in that little card there, the Page of Swords. Other than somebody's stalking you. No, Spirit is telling you, take time out for yourself. Learn more about yourself. Research about you. Know you. Inside and out. And don't be distracted, because that person, if they on the laptop, they not paying attention, legs crossed, you might stumble and fall. So if somebody's stalking you, watching you, paranoid, they not being careful. They gonna see something, they're gonna make them fall. Why the page is sword this weekend, Spirit? Why the page is sword? I love it. Take time out for yourself. Do some self-reflecting. Know what your problems is, not somebody else's. Get your personal truth. Get your own clarity. And if you do so, Queen of Swords, you just might get your wish in that Nine of Cups. That's the universe, the star. You just might get your wish come true. Now, if somebody see you or they stalking you, they watching you from a distance, this is what they see. Because why? You've already been in Four Sword and Hermit. Two of my main healing cards. And then with the star. That's what they see. So let them watch. Stop. You just continue on being conscious, not paranoid, being conscious, being careful, being aware of every step that you take. And you'll be on your way. Stop. Renewal. Hope. Inner clarity. Because why? You spent that time in Hermit reflecting. Star can mean inner clarity. Miracles. Trusting in yourself, or have faith, or just simply being in the spotlight. So if somebody's stalking you, they're going to see you healed, right? They're going to see you renewed, a different you. Things is happening for you in your life, miracles. You're careful on where you take your next step. This person see you as a healer or have been healed. If somebody's stalking you, but don't be paranoid. Just be conscious. Be aware of every step you take. And where you've come from. What else, Spirit, for this weekend? Take back control of your life. Be bold. Be a trailblazer. Be the forerunner. Walk in your power. Courage. Strength. You overcame a lot. Queen of Swords remembers that. Be bold. Be a passionate leader. Take back control and power. Bottom of the deck. Oh my goodness. And then you reach the ultimate. Now you're ready for that Knight of Cups. Yeah. The Knight of Cups. You ready for it? As my partner used to say, you ready for the world. There you is. And they know it. They know it. Y'all give me 1 second, and I'm going to wrap this up. Give me 1 second. They say I got a package. One of the best technology and inventions they ever came up with was notifying you when you got a package. Yeah. All right. All right. We all have daily lessons to learn every day. That's why it's important to always work on self. It's a daily thing. Spirit has something for all of us to learn every day. Every day. We should be learning something. When I pull out certain decks on a regular basis, one of the reasons is, as opposed to doing a reading on how do they feel about you. For me, I don't knock what people do. How do they feel about you? If somebody is not with you, and you ain't heard from them for more than 72 hours, 3 weeks, 3 months, you are paranoid if you still thinking and worrying about what this person is doing. Tarot binging can be a form of stalking. A form of stalking. And this and what people do with the cards sometimes is they do a lot of readings on what the other person is doing. Instead of me doing a full reading on what some asshole, excuse my French, is doing, I'd rather just give you an oracle message, a quick message, straight to the point. To whereas it may take 4, 8, 12 cards, 16 cards, 24 cards, 32 cards to tell a story. But now watch this when you just deliver a message. So I'm done here. This weekend, Spirit wants somebody, some of us, if not all of us, but some of us, to take time out for yourself. Reflect on your own, get your own inner clarity, meditate, pray, chill. And be careful of where and how you step this weekend. This is renewal, this is hope. Taking back control of your life. Be the trailblazer. Be the leader, not the follower. And you'll have a balanced weekend. Self-control, moderation. Peace. All right? Now, if I was to put out a message and y'all see me use this deck on a regular basis, there's a reason. I just shared it with you. Instead of doing a reading for all 12 signs, when we all embody all 12 signs every day, I just rather give a message. So instead of having 4 to 24 cards, I can get 1, 2, or 3. Or 1. For example, what's the energy like for the divine feminine? Those that are on their soul's purpose this weekend. Messages. Give me 1 card, Spirit, and a bottom card. What's the energy like for the divine feminine this week? 1 card on the flip, Spirit, and a bottom card. Just 1 message, Spirit. 1 message for the divine feminine. For those that are on their purpose, who have taken time out, working on healing themselves, focusing on themselves every day. What messages do we have this weekend? So for those that want to know, this card is telling you and giving you a message. 1 card, instead of watching a whole reading or a whole video, bunch of videos this weekend. If you've been asking the question, asking yourself the question, here's your answer this weekend. That's what Spirit want. I asked Spirit for 1 card. What is it that the divine feminine need to know? They still with them right now. That's why you don't want to be paranoid. 1 card, 1 message. No reading. What's on the bottom? They with them right now, and you protected. That's why Temperance came out. You highly protected. And like I said, hopefully you learn your lesson. You don't need the cards, folks. Not an energy reader. Not somebody who's in touch with spirit, source, God, themselves. You don't. So if you was asking the question, yourself a question, I wonder if they with somebody, or I wonder if they still with somebody. Spirit said, yeah, don't worry. You protected and you finally learned your lesson. Now what you gonna do? Are you gonna tarot binge? I'll tell anybody. The Soul Tribe came up with a name, a little phrase, catchphrase, a little over a year ago, and we started saying tarot crackheads. Or what were we calling it? Tarot crackheads? Tarot fiends? And don't forget now, tarot binging is a form of stalking. What you looking for? What you want to know? Girl, I was watching a reader, and that reader told me they were doing this and they were doing that. I kind of figured that. So why you still watching? If you come for information, to get clarification, and to get some confirmation, and to get some wholesome lessons, that's different. If you got 2 or 3 people channels, less than one handful, 5 that you go to, including this one, that's fine. If you subscribe to more than 5 tarot channels, tarot is a small portion of the human experience in the form of divination. Very small portion. It's not who they with, it's who you with. You healing. You in hermit. You watching your steps. You learning lessons. They're not. They will be. Yeah, they with somebody else right now. But you highly protected. Which one would you rather be? Would you rather be the cheater, the ghoster, the betrayal, the betrayer? Or would you rather be the one that's highly protected, learning lessons, healing? Or would you rather be laid up with somebody learning another lesson? Because this is a cycle. Most times when people are with somebody else, 53, most time if they ghost or stalking or just stop communicating all of a sudden, they in a cycle. There is no protection. Nothing but a lesson. And soon, all of us humans, we finally learn our lessons. At some point in time, or what? We come back to this human experience and we repeat all over again, learning the same lessons till we get it right and evolve. It's simple. Now, some would want to know for the sake of this video, who they with, what they doing. I'm not going to go there. This is you. Spirit talking to you this weekend. Yeah, if you had the question, you want to know that, yeah, they still with them. They with them right now. But you protected from them and whoever they with. That's you. Short messages. Don't have to do, I ain't got 24, 25, 30 cards out here. Just a couple of cards. That's it. To get that one message in the form of a reading, I got to sit here, and a reader have to sit here and go through a whole thing. The main thing is they ain't with you. That's your reading. They with somebody else right now. That's the main thing in the story. You protect. Now let's go on the other side of the fence. Short, quick messages. Short ones. Spirit, what's going on with the divine masculine? I'm sitting here looking at some of these bottom cards. One card at the bottom. That's all. Message straight to the point, Spirit. Support the channel. Thank for the bucket gifts, y'all. This, you know, let me finish this first. What's going on the other side of town? The other side of the state, the other side of the city, the other side of the country, right? What's going on in the divine masculine's world right now, this weekend? See what I'm talking about? Now, this ain't for everybody. Everybody ain't going to jail this weekend. But this weekend, somebody might. Bottom of the deck. I say the other side of town, other side of the country. It might be for some of y'all. I don't know. West Coast. You don't need to know where. But no, that ain't none of my person. I know my person ain't on the way. You don't know shit. You don't know where they at. They ain't with you. Social media have allowed people to meet from all over the world, and they can connect anytime they want to. You don't know where that person is. Whether it's the West Coast or the East Coast, they're on the coast, somewhere close to the coast, close to water. But somebody might be in trouble, might go to jail. Now, some would like to know why they going to jail. They don't matter. Why? You highly protected. You done learned your lesson. Shit, it don't matter who they with, where they at. As long as you protected and you learned your lesson, that's all you need to know. Set. Short, straight to the point. Now watch this here. See how we doing this here? You can do a read in 3 minutes. You can get a message in 3 minutes. Spirit, give me a little more insight what's going on this weekend. This above. A little more insight this weekend. One card off the flip, one bottom card. This weekend. No matter what your zodiac is. We all energetically connected. Some about pets. Could be a best friend. Getting a new pet. Somebody might be getting a new pet or giving a current pet, showing them more love. Take care of your pets. See how short, quick that message was? The universe probably concerned about the animals. Just like people neglect children, abuse children, they neglect animals and abuse animals. Spirit telling somebody this weekend, show your pet some more love, or somebody might be getting a new pet. What's on the bottom? Coffee cup. Meeting and conversing, savoring the moment, feeling uplifted, friendship. Remember, this weekend, spend time to yourself because you just never know who that Knight of Cup might be. You could be meeting somebody, just a good friend. Some people would prefer at this point in time in their life just a good friend. Just a good friend. Somebody go out and have a cup of coffee with every now and then. No sex involved, no codependency, no commitment, a soulmate. See, a lot of folks don't know good friends are soulmates too. Some people just need people in their life, good people to talk to, good advice, good sound conversation. Look what's at the bottom now. Compilation, enemy, clever, malicious, looking over your shoulder, the other woman or the other man, snake. But see, you highly protected. If you ain't with nobody, whoever they with right now, one of them a snake, and that person is stalking you, looking over you. Because why? The person you was with went to yabby, 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 off at the mouth, talking about y'all, lying on y'all, saying y'all cheated, y'all did this, y'all did that. Not realizing now this energy, oh yeah, they on social media, they on social media, they on social media. And then your person, yeah, they on social media. What's they social media? What's they Facebook? Now you got the other man or the other woman and shit looking over your damn head. They stalking. Your person stalking. Now your person feel like boo-boo the fool because they with somebody, a snake, but they stalking you. And if they that Knight of Cup energy, guess what? They love you. They just been hiding it. That's all. And that other energy that they with know that this person want to be with you. Why? Shit. They back there playing music and songs that remind them of you, but the person they with, they don't know that. Oh, I see you like that song. Yeah, I love this song. They ain't saying that song reminds them of you. Both of them stalking you. Be careful. You got sneaky people out here. Like I said, this person lied on you. And that's why somebody else is stalking you. Give them something like somebody said in the chat. Give them something to look at. Go out and meet a new friend. That could turn into a Knight of Cups. Mm-hmm. It could turn into a Knight of Cups. Well, you know it. You on a date. It ain't just coffee. Get ready to be wine and dine. Don't go posting it on social media. You know they looking. They nosy ass. Paranoid and consciousness. Don't become the stalker. And tarot binging is a form of stalking. Don't become the chaser. Don't be all up in your head wondering what they doing, who they with. Just as long as you know that they still with them. That's all you need to know. Now you ain't got to go watch no more tarot this weekend if you had a question about whether the person you used to deal with, I wonder if they with somebody else. I wonder if they still with their baby mama, their baby daddy. Yep. Now go for a sword. Go hermit. Right? Go queen of sword. Right? And chill. Because when your day comes and the universe aligns you with someone, it's going to be done genuinely. You ain't got to worry about another man, another woman looking over the shoulder. You ain't worried about that shit. You ain't even thinking about that shit. You out here getting wined and dined. And star and temperance energy, highly protected. Don't live your life looking through the rearview mirror. Ain't nothing behind you but Lot's wife or husband shit and a pill of salt. That's it. That's all you need to know. I remember there was times that I used to try to come and do all 12 zodiac signs. Spirit said, for what? That's a full-time job. I don't sit around the house all day, every day. I don't have time to do 12 zodiacs every day. I can deliver a message or two every day before my day gets started. Card of the day. Deliver that soul journey's message. Do one at night when my day is finished. Yeah, I can do. I can come here every day. Gemini. You know, and just do 12. Gemini. What's going on this weekend for Gemini? Happy birthday, Gemini. Gemini. I can come and do this right here. Gemini. Spirit, what we got for Gemini this weekend? One card on the bottom, Spirit. We got for Gemini this weekend. One card in the bottom. Justice is in your favor. Whatever. Legal, spiritual, whatever. Justice is in your favor. Bottom of the deck. Justice with the 2 of Wands. Somebody could be wanting to make things right with you. They chose wrong. That Gemini message for the day. How long did that take? That's it. Whether you're a Gemini or not, That's Libra energy. Whether you're a Gemini or not, that's Libra and Aries energy. It's still at the end of the day, somebody could have chose somebody over you that did not have to be a Libra or a Gemini, as I called it out, or Aries. Because why? More than one of y'all, somebody that's not a Libra, a Gemini, or Aries could possibly know that somebody chose somebody else over you. How I know? Stay still with them. That message could resonate with the majority of the people that'll watch the video. Remember now, tarot is a form of stalking. It's the reason and the intent that you come. Man or woman. I love when people come to the channel and they just coming to hang out. Working every day, taking care of your home, taking care of business, taking care of your family, not wishing ill on people, ain't holding grudges, ain't looking back, learning your lesson, healing. That's the kind of audience I like. When you dealing with energies that comes into the chat, yeah, they with him now. He with his baby mama. She doing spell work on me. Man, I don't be want to deal with that shit. I'm sorry. It's a whole lot more thousands of channels you can go and find out. All you searching, you paranoid, you stalking, you looking for something. I'm a Gemini. Yep. He sure is with his baby mama. Yep. And I heard that other reader said that they doing spell work. I even went and got a reading. They said they were doing spell work. You paranoid. You paranoid. You're a tarot crackhead. It's so much more in this human experience that I can talk about and help people with and help myself too, than what some goddamn body is doing with somebody else with their free will. Don't let them do you like that. Don't get in that energy. You good. You good. Even if you ain't a Gemini, even if you ain't a Libra, even if you ain't an Aries, you good. They worried. And if I keep going, you good. They worried. The next card bookends this card, you good. That's all I need out there. I don't need no more. That's why I don't do extended. I just say if you want to support the channel, get a reading, get some jewelry. This is not a job for me. This is part of my purpose. That's all. I enjoy what I do. I spending an hour, shit, almost 2 hours. I'm cool with that. I ain't doing shit. But I can share. I can inform. That's it. All right, y'all. Appreciate everybody for stopping by. Paranoid versus conscious. There's a difference. Once you become aware intuitively by dream, by downloads, by prayer, by meditation, just intuitively. Once you become conscious aware that they with somebody else, you are blessed. They wasn't for you. It wasn't meant for you. They chose their free will. They took their free will and went somewhere else. Now, whatever the intentions and the thoughts behind it, the agenda and all of that shit, that's irrelevant. That's on them. That's their justice. You just worry about your justice. I don't need to do no extendeds. I'd rather just deliver the message. If you get support, Ivory, cool. If you don't, your job, Ivory, is to deliver the message. When I was a pastor, I delivered the message. When I ran centers, I delivered the message. That's it. Help people heal, and advise people, encourage people, inspire people, make people laugh and smile. Man, we used to have good times, boy, at the homeless shelter with the women and the children and so on and so. Boy, we would have spades night, domino night, pizza night. We had fun. And every last one of them families that came through there ended up getting jobs, a place to live, free furniture, free clothing, free food, everything. There it is. Did the same thing with Fifth, Fathers in the Hood. Yeah. Been to the prisons, taught and preached there, the hospitals, the nursing home, the street corners, the projects, the hood. That was my life. I don't worry about somebody trying to get over on me. If they with somebody else, good. No more problems for me. After 72 hours, 3 weeks, 3 months, shit. Now they might be holding on to your energy, but god damn, after 3 months, 3 weeks, you ain't heard from. You need the Four Swords. You need the Hermit. You need the Star. You need Temperance. You need to be protected because you're vulnerable. If you're worried about who somebody with. Paranoia versus conscious. We'll see y'all in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Peace.